If you're an international student and if you haven't had those nights where it's 1 a.m. in the morning, pitch dark, you're all by yourself, having your hands tied up to your heads and asking yourself this question, how the fuck am I going to repay my loan? You aren't doing it right. Welcome to the Unimad webinar, guys. This is Shaki here. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Unimad. And this video, I'm going to walk you through how you can build an unignorable profile and an unignorable story. Let's get started straight away. I'm sharing my screen. The first thing you need to do is navigate to unimad.ai and you will have an option here to sign in with LinkedIn. So I've already signed in, so I've got Uniboard here, but for you, you'll be having signed in with LinkedIn. And once you authenticate yourself through LinkedIn, you'll be asked a few onboarding questions and then you'll be sent into your profile. So I'm now clicking on Uniboard. This is going to be your Unimad profile. You will land up in module 1 and task 1. All the other tasks and modules will be locked for you. Only when you complete task 1, you go to task 2. Only when you complete module 1, you go to module 2. So the framework is divided into 6 modules and we're going to go through what each and every module signifies, right? Module 1 is going to be selecting your spot. International students generally make this mistake of applying to every role out there, thinking they'll land one. That's exactly the reason why they won't land any. You need to know your spot. You need to know your niche. A wise man once said, riches lie in the niches. So you need to know what you're applying for. You need to be really good at it. And that's what we'll be doing in module 1. We'll be doing that through 4 tasks, right? The first task is going to be listing down your skills. I've given my skills here. I'm a marketing guy by profession, so SEO, growth hacking, social media management are my skills. Similarly, you will list down skills related to your domain and it needs to be hard skills, not soft skills. 3 to 6 core skills related to your domain would do good. Submit that and then task 1 will be done. Once your task 1 is done, you go to task 2 where you list down your work experiences. All you need to do is just copy paste your work experiences from your resume. This can be your full-time work experience or your internship work experiences. Any work experience, just put it down here. Whatever the role name is, whatever the company name is, and whatever you did there. And you can add any number of work experiences. Submit it, task 2 is done. And once you're done with task 2, you go to task 3, which is listing down your projects. In the project section, you will write down all your projects, which is title and description of projects you've done so far. It can be your UG projects, it can be your PG project, it can be a side project, whatever you worked on. Just add all the projects and submit it. Task 3 is over. So once you've completed the first 3 tasks, and when you open the 4th task, Unibot would have suggested you 5 roles based on all the information that you have provided in the first 3 tasks. So you can think of Unibot like your personal career strategist, right? And we have given a prompt to take all the information that you have given and provide you roles that would be suitable for you that you can pursue for your future, right? And this is going to be 5 roles that Unibot suggests according to my profile. And if you feel like, no, I would like to look at more roles than these 5 roles, all you can do is you just need to continue conversation with Unibot and you can talk to it like a mentor and it's going to give you all options and all suggestions, right? So that's that. In the first module, you'll select your spot, you'll finalize your role and input it here and submit. Module 1 is over. You've got your role now. In the next module, we'll be building you a ATS-friendly resume for the role you've chosen. And if you open this, expand this, you'll be given all the resume tips. Outcome-based sentences, we'll come towards that in a minute. Strictly 1-page resume until you have 3 to 5 years of work experience. No summary is needed. Very simple English language, no technical jargon languages. Everyone should be able to make sense out of your resume. And very minimal, very clean, and don't use any fancy designs. Here are 4 different resume templates that has worked in the international market. So just take inspiration from these and fill in your content in one of these templates. So what is the content you're going to fill? That is going to be your second module. You'll do that through 4 tasks. The first section is going to be your education section. You open the task 5, you will be filling down your education section. Like what is your university? What's your course name? What is the coursework you've done? And in the coursework, try to fill in key skill sets from the job descriptions of your relevant roles, right? This would increase the ATS score of your resume being scanned. So once you're done with task 5, which is pretty straightforward, you go to task 6, which is where the game begins, right? This is where the outcome-based sentences come into the picture. Recruiters in general don't want to listen to what you did. They want to listen to what was the outcome of what you did. What was the impact you created? What was the value that you added? You need to quantify your sentences. For example, I worked as a sales manager in XYZ company is a normal sentence. I generated $100,000 of revenue for XYZ company using ABC tactics. That is an outcome-based sentence, right? So you need to talk in numbers, you need to quantify your achievements. And if you open task 6, Unibot would have rewritten your work experiences that you provided in module 1 into outcome-based sentences, which are quantifiable and is compelling to a recruiter who looks at it, right? And if you scroll through it, all you need to do is copy the entire thing, scroll down and paste it here in the input section. And I always believe that we'll never get to a stage where AI is completely copy paste, guys. The best way to use AI is a 70-30 ratio, which is take 70% of the input from AI and 30% do your own edits in order to make it the best authentic copy, if that makes sense, right? So make your own edits, submit it, your work experience is done. And then you go to skills section. Open this, Unibot would have suggested you all the different skills that you can add according to your relevant role. And from this, you shortlist the skills and again, input it below in the field here and your skill section is now over. And once that is done, you go to the project section. Similarly, Unibot would have rewritten your projects into outcome-based quantifiable sentences. All you need to do is make minor edits and put it down here. So once you're done with all these 4 tasks, all you need to do is you need to download one of these resume templates and fill in the content that has been generated in the 4 tasks and you'll get your resume. And make sure to do minor changes according to each job description in order to get the maximum conversion for an interview. And now you have a 1-page ATS friendly resume, right? And now we go to module 3. In module 3, you will be optimizing your LinkedIn profile. If you are an international student and you want to get placed internationally, a solid LinkedIn profile isn't a luxury, it's a requirement. So how do we optimize your LinkedIn profile? We do that through 4 tasks. Here are the 4 tasks. The first task is going to be the first impression. You open this task, you'll update your profile picture, you update your cover picture, and you'll update your profile URL. You do all of these changes and then you will submit the screenshot of the first impression of your LinkedIn profile, just like how I've done here. Submit it and then go to the next task. In the next task, you will be changing your tagline. Tagline is how you get searched on LinkedIn, guys. So you need to have a crazy tagline for optimal conversions. And if you open this, Unibot would have written 3 different taglines based on the information that you have provided in all the tasks before. And this is based on your story. All you need to do is play around with the words, jumble around these 3 taglines, get your own tagline and put it down here and change it on LinkedIn as well. So your tagline is now set and the next task is going to be your about section. In your about section, you need to write a good story of who you are, what you do, why you're doing it, and why do you think you're good at it, why should someone hire you for that skill, and what are all the previous experiences you had. Put everything in a very story-based format which people would love to read. And if you open this, you got it right. Unibot would have written a story for you based on all your information that you provided before, right? So all you need to do is just take this story, make few minor edits and put it down in the input section below and also change it on your LinkedIn. So now you've got your LinkedIn about section done. And the next task is going to be your minor LinkedIn optimizations like experiences, education, skills, projects, recommendations, endorsements. Just go through it, see what you can change here, add a few recommendations, add a few endorsements for a few skills, and you will be done optimizing your LinkedIn profile once you've completed all these 4 tasks. All you need to do is just submit your LinkedIn profile here and boom, your LinkedIn is now optimized. Now, all you need to do is you go to My Brand tab. So until now, your My Brand tab will be locked. You won't be able to access it. Once you complete the 3rd module, your My Brand tab gets opened. In your My Brand, you'll basically build your personal brand. How do you do that? You do that through connect, content, and comment on LinkedIn. We'll go through what each of these do for your profile, right? So first is connect. If you know the right people, guys, getting into the job isn't that hard. So you need to know the right people. Who are the right people? Founders looking for your role, HRs hiring for your role, or people who are already working in your roles. This can be your target network and you need to build network with these people. You need to get in touch with these people and they can help you get a job. So if you open the connect, you'll have all the information as to how to search for those people, how to connect with those people, what is the connection request message you need to send to those people. Everything is here. 15 to 20 connections every day. And that's going to be the standard, right? You need to do this consistently every day. And once you're doing the connect part, you then go to content. So resume and cover letters are old methods of validation, guys. The new method is going to be your LinkedIn content and your LinkedIn connections. You need to showcase your expertise as content. I did a campaign called Learn Web3 in 60 days, where I broke down crucial concepts of Web3 each and every single day. I didn't know shit about Web3. I was just learning from YouTube and posting it on LinkedIn. And I got a lot of traction. And that was the reason I got my job as well. So start posting your story, start posting your domain expertise as content. If you're like, Shaki, I haven't posted any content. No, I don't know what to post. I don't know what to do. We've got you covered. If you just open this, you'll have 15 different topics based on which you can post content on LinkedIn. And all you need to do is just copy one topic. And if you scroll down below, you'll have another space. If you paste the topic and ask Unibot, you'll get the post itself on that content piece, right? This is the post that Unibot generated for me based on 5 growth hacks, right? So it will give you a post if you copy paste the content as well. And you can also continue the conversation to get more posts. And once you're doing with content, I would say 3 to 4 pieces of content every week should do really good for the beginning stages. And then comments. Comments are a super underrated strategy to network on LinkedIn. Most of the networking happens on comments. So you need to provide value-based, thought-provoking comments on key individuals' posts in your domain, in your niche, in order to gain visibility. Let's say you are hitting up an influencer or a recruiter. He or she probably isn't going to respond to you. But let's say you're commenting on their post, giving a value-based comment on their post. That's a public comment that they can't ignore, or if they do ignore, that's bad status for them. So you leverage that status in order to gain visibility, right? And if you're like, what are the kind of comments, Chucky, that I need to do? If you just open this, you'll have a space here. You copy paste the LinkedIn post and ask Unibot. Unibot will give you 4 different types of comments that you can post on. You just need to make sure you make minor edits to it and you're good to go. So we made the process super easy for you guys. There's no excuse. You need to do what you need to do. There's no fluff. And I'm expecting all of you to, build your own personal brand, which will become a testament in you getting that job. So this is not a module. This is something you need to keep doing. So that's why it's on the side. It's not a one-time thing. You keep building your personal brand. And even if you get a job, you keep building your personal brand so that it's easy for you to convert and switch jobs later. And once you're done with the personal brand thingy, you go to module 4. In module 4, you'll be building your own portfolio, right? A portfolio is just an extended version of your resume. If you open this, you'll have a portfolio template. And if you click on the portfolio template, you will get a pre-filled template. All you need to do is you'll have an option to duplicate it here. And once you duplicate it, you will have something like this. If you create a Notion account, free Notion account, and you should be able to edit each and every single line of those. So like you can change your name to Shaki, and you can upload your LinkedIn DP, you can upload your LinkedIn cover pic. Here you need to write a quick summary about yourself. Don't worry, all you need to do is navigate to task 13, open task 13, and Unibot would have written 3 quick summaries for you. Go through it and just copy paste it here. And your quick summary is good. It's done. And then you change your phone number, you change your LinkedIn profile URL, you change your resume link. And then here you need to write a USP for the role, right? And USP is going to be in task 14. If you open task 14, Unibot would have already given you an USP. All you need to do is just copy paste the USP from here into the portfolio and you'll have a good USP here, right? And then you'll have a profile fit, which is like, what are all the skills that make you a good fit for the role? If you open the next task in Unimad, in the profile fit, which is task 15, you'll have all the different skills and subtopics that you can write about on this profile fit section. And all you need to do is just copy this content creation topic and paste it here in the role required skill 1. And similarly do for other skills, and here add proof of works for those skills as well. And once you do that, next thing is going to be your experiences. If you open this, Unibot would have already written your experiences that you have given previously. All you need to do is just copy these experiences, go to Notion, go to the previous experiences and paste this here, right? And similarly do it for the next company. And similarly, if you go to the next task, which is going to be the projects, just copy paste everything here to here and your projects will be completed. And you can also write about the other achievements. And once you complete all the sections in this portfolio, in this pre-filled portfolio, your portfolio would look something like this. So I'm a marketing guy by profession. I started with the Steve Jobs quote. I feel he's the greatest marketer ever lived. And I also gave a quick summary about myself. Here's a video explaining who I am, what I do, why I do it. And here's like a Twitter growth strategy for any company, a LinkedIn growth strategy for any company. As I told you, I'm a marketing guy. So if any marketing recruiters are looking at my portfolio, they know I know what I'm talking about, right? So it's about bringing that mentality and then that this guy can do the job at the highest fucking level. That's what you do through your portfolio. That's how comprehensive your portfolio needs to look, right? It needs to convince the recruiter psychologically that I need to give this guy a chance, right? You need to work on it that way. And that's the purpose of a portfolio. Go through all these tasks, fill in your portfolio. I'm not saying copy paste this and that's going to be your final portfolio. It's going to be the first version. What used to take weeks now used to take hours, right? That's the value that Unimad is providing. And from there, you keep iterating your portfolio to make it the best version. And once you complete your portfolio, now your My Applications tab will open. Until then, it will be locked. My Applications, once it opens, now you are ready for applications. Until now, you were building your profile, right? You selected your niche, you got your one-page resume, you've optimized your LinkedIn profile. You've started your personal branding, you got your portfolio. Now is the time you fucking apply, right? And first thing you need for an application is a cover letter. Open this and paste the job description here and ask Unibot. You'll get your own cover letter. We prompt engineered it to give the best response for you as possible. So all you need to do is just copy paste the job description. You'll have your cover letter. Online applications are dead, guys. Unless you have 7 to 10 years of work experience, online applications ain't working anymore. So what you do, we suggest 2 different ways of applications. One is the good old referral method. And if you open this, you'll have all the different ways in which you can apply for referrals, all the information required to give referrals, and the message that you need to send in order to get the referral, right? So you would have made a list of connections if you have done your personal branding, right? So you will go back to those contacts and seek referrals from those people, right? And you also have a follow-up message. You can also continue the conversation with Unibot to create more follow-up messages. And if you're like, Shaki, referrals isn't my thing, it's an old strategy, it won't work for me and all that stuff, I've got you covered. There's another strategy, which is cold emailing. Cold emails are of 2 types in general. One is LinkedIn emails, right? In LinkedIn emails, if you haven't used your premium trial version, take it for a month and then you get few LinkedIn email credits. And whenever you're applying for a role on LinkedIn, go find who the recruiting manager is and send him a solid LinkedIn email explaining why you are a good fit for the role along with your portfolio. And the main thing here is that your portfolio needs to speak for itself, right? And if you have already wasted your LinkedIn premium trial version, there's another method, which is Apollo cold emails. Okay. So what Apollo does is it's a Chrome extension. If you install Apollo and if you navigate to any LinkedIn profile, you can extract their emails, right? So you find out 50 to 60 HRs or founders looking for your roles, extract their emails and send them a cold email blast explaining why you are a good fit for the role along with your portfolio in order to get an interview, right? And you need to make sure that this email is not spammy or lengthy. It needs to be super short, super crisp, very creative in order to grab their attention and to get an interview. And for that, I would say don't take any risk at all. Just insert the job description here. You'll get cold email template. And from there, edit that template a little and send that over. Have 3 to 4 different emails and test it out, see which one works and do more of that, right? And you'll keep applying through these 2 techniques. And you also have an application tracker in the bottom. All you need to do is you can add any application that you're applying for. Let's say I'm applying for Infosys and I'm applying for a backend engineer role. An application type is going to be referrals and done. And let's say I get an interview in Infosys. All I do is I edit this status here. I go to interview stage and click on done. And once I get an interview, I'll go to module 5. In module 5, we create a value proposition document. So what's a value proposition document? It's a clear document that explains 3 questions. 1, how do you add value to the company? 2, how does the company add value to you? And 3, how do you fit in with the culture of the company, right? So if you're getting into an interview and if you're just like answering whatever they ask you to do, just doing whatever they tell you to do, you are being very reactive. But let's say if you're getting into an interview and if you're like, hey, this is what the role is, this is where I come in, this is where my expertise lies, and this is what I'm going to do. That is you being proactive. Recruiters love proactive candidates, right? They want someone who can get the ball rolling from day fucking 1. And you got to show them you got what it takes to do that. And that's how you do a value proposition document. So here are 3 different value proposition document templates that has worked for me before. So here's a VPD that I did for a sales role. So I gave them a sales pipeline, which they were looking for from me in the role actually. And I also gave them what I would be doing in the first 30, 60 and 90 days of joining the company. I also gave them different sales methodologies that I'll be using and the job description profile fit that make me a good fit for the role, right? And a lot of Unimad community members have cracked a job through the value proposition document. So I would definitely highly recommend you make one document like this before you get into that interview. And you don't present this to the interviewer, right? So you talk with the interviewer, you have a good conversation. At the end of the call, you need to be like, hey, I've made a value proposition document that explains how I can add value to the company. I would love for you to go through it and give me like good feedback as to how I feel I can improve on it, right? And that would be good. If you navigate through all these tasks, Unibot would also provide you how you can add value to the company, how the company adds value to you and all that stuff. You can take those content and put it in one of those Notion templates and you'll have your own value proposition document, right? And once you do that, next you go to module 6. And before starting with module 6, let me tell you this. Here's a super underrated skill when it comes to job search. I was guilty of it too, which is not being desperate and acting like you bring value to the table as well. For the first 9 months of my job search journey, I was like, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, I'll do whatever you say, just give me the job. And you know what? They ran all over me, nobody fucking cared. But in the next 3 months, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna play this game like I've already won the game. And that is when I started getting interviews. That is when I started cracking interviews. That is when I got my job. So recruiters immediately sense desperation. Never sell your desperation. Always sell your story, sell your value, and you should be good, right? And in the module 6, we'll be going through interview preparation, which is we have divided into 3 different constituents, which is screening, technical assessments, and behavioral interviews. And in these 3, if you open this and if you paste the job description here, you will get an elevator pitch as to what you need to give for that specific role. And if you scroll down, you'll also have another space where you insert the job description. And if you ask Unibot, you'll get all the different screening questions that you can expect for this role, right? And once you're done with the screening, similarly for technical, if you just paste the job description here, you will get different kind of questions you can expect on the technical round for that role. And similarly for the behavioral one. And you keep doing this process again and again and again. And I'm not telling you once you complete all these modules, you're going to get that job immediately. That's not how this works. You need to do this again and again. You need to see where you're going wrong and you need to keep iterating, keep getting better at it. And I guarantee you, if you do this for long enough and hard enough, you will get placed, right? It's just a matter of time and doing the right things again and again. And let's say you do it for a long enough time and you get placed. All you need to do is you go back to my applications and go to the Infosys section and change your status to selected. There ends your Unimad journey. There you get your own math story. That's the user experience. That's the user journey of the Unimad platform. So I'm pretty sure that every one of you would have this question burning on your mind that what is going to be the cost of using this platform? I'm going to break the ice here. Unimad is completely free to use and there's no cost associated with it. I've been an international student myself and now I can see there's a lot of online gurus taking insane amount of money for this kind of information. We wanted to fucking disrupt that space. We wanted to make it free, right? This is all the information that you need to build an unignorable profile and an unignorable story. But nothing is ever free, right? So here's the catch. We'd expect 2 things from you. And it's not going to be money. It's not going to be money even after you get placed, right? I want you to get placed. I want you to have your own math story. Our users becoming the hero is not the best way for us to become the hero. That's the only way for us to become the hero, right? So I want you to get placed. We want to see you all having your own math stories. But the catch here is that we need 2 things from you. The first thing is going to be constructive feedbacks. The 4 of us who founded Unimad, we left everything in order to run Unimad. We believe that this could be something huge in the future. And you guys are the initial community members of this platform. So we want to have a feedback as to how we can improve the user experience to the highest fucking level and, make it the smoothest product the world has ever seen, right? And that's one thing. And the second thing is going to be passing the vibes. Like once you place a job using the Unimad framework, the Unimad product or the community, you need to help someone else who's struggling. That's how we keep passing the vibes. That's how we keep the community thriving. That's how we keep the community going, right? So that's something we would expect from you. And we want to build the best talent community the world has ever fucking seen. That is our goal. Unimad is on a mission to create 1 million math stories. And I hope yours is one of that too, right? So you can follow us on LinkedIn, you can follow us on Instagram, and we also have a private WhatsApp community where there are students who thrive to uplift each other. Feel free to join the community. It's completely free of cost. And I'm looking forward to publishing your math stories. So go through the platform, build your profile, build your story. And if there's any queries, any doubts, hit me up on LinkedIn, and you can also join the community and ask the questions there. There'll always be people responding in the community. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you had some value out of it. And I'm looking forward to seeing your math story published soon. Mad life, mad vibes.